We're at a harvest host in Hanford, California. It's called Rancho Notso Grande.
Sunset. This is going to be a good time to be out right now.
Oh man, look.
Oh, my house is real historic. It's almost 130 years old, and it was built by Emil Gottschalks in Fresno and moved down here in 1930. And so he was like a early mercantile guy here in the West, and he built that up to a regional department store chain, kind of like J.C. Penney's. They were publicly traded until the 90s, and then they went out of business. But I wanted to also show you that these first two trees here are navel oranges, and that's blood orange. And if you guys want to pick some, they're $4 a piece. Not a piece, four for $1. Yeah,
that's an expensive one.
It is, but you know they're special from here.
Right.
These trees on the right, I don't own. They're owned actually by my godfather, and they're a type of plum called a pluot, which is a cross between a plum and an apricot. And they come off in September. So I've lived here for 24 years, and the berry farm and agri-tourism aspect is only 15 years old. And in the summertime it's harvest season, so we don't get to go anywhere, so we staycation. So that's why we got the outdoor kitchen and the pool and all the entertaining, and do most of our vacationing in the winter. Here on the farm I have 17 different types of berries, which sounds like overkill, but I have like 3 strawberries, 3 blackberry varieties, 4 blueberry, 4 raspberry, and then hybrids like boysenberries and olala berries. The reason I have more than one of any type is so that I can have an early season, an intermediate, and a late, so I can start before the competition and then finish after the competition. So.
Oh, it smells great out here too.
Well, yeah, things are blooming, that's for sure. So after being the largest blueberry, raspberry, and blackberry grower in the area, I never did strawberries, and the reason was there was plenty in the community already. It seems like every street corner, and it's a good product. It's kind of the Hmong and Laotian community kind of run it as a co-op. All the families help each other. But what I realized was that I had a couple hundred people here a day who would pay me to pick them, and so I decided to do strawberries 3 years ago, and and then COVID hit, and I go, oh gosh. So I'd already capitalized for it, put in all the labor and the effort, so I didn't know what to do. So I did picking by appointment with social distancing, mask, and sanitation, and it was a great deal for the community, and it was a great deal for me. I actually had families that hadn't been out of their house for 2 months for anything, and this is the first thing they came and did.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't think they would do that at any old U-Pick farm, but they had been coming here for 13 years already, and they knew it was a wholesome experience and a safe environment from a purveyor that they could trust. So it worked out really well. Here on the pasture, my kids have always done large animal projects for the fair. It's been beef, sheep, swine, and dairy. Last year my daughter could have done an animal project and decided against it, so I took over the pasture, and I did for the first time pasture poultry. And so chickens raised on pasture for meat are healthier, they're happier, the meat tastes better. I like to say bugs, not drugs. And so, however, last year it worked out good. I still have a few birds in the freezer if you guys are so inclined. All I have is large birds left right now, whole birds frozen. But last year I was a little behind the gun trying to get the cover crop, feed crop started, and it was enough. But this year I took a big swing at it and actually planted a specialty seed crop, amended the soils with lots of organic fertilizers, and got some early moisture and favorable conditions. So I grew a great cover crop. The proper height for chickens is their shoulder height, and if you can imagine a little chicken coming out of the brooder, that's pretty low, and so this is basically most of its neck height on me. So my instinct as a farmer was to jump on the tractor, fire up the mower, and burn a bunch of fossil fuels to mow that down and get it ready for the chickens. And then I realized that what I was really trying to do ultimately is to close the circle and have healthy soils that produce a healthy crop to make healthy pasture protein. So what I did is I went and got some low pressure mowers at the auction a couple weeks ago. But the thing is, when I first put them in here, they were just roaming and taking a bite here and a bite there, and that really wasn't working for me. So then what I did is I captured them and put in this structure, and I moved that structure every day or two. And that way they're moving everything to the ground, they're making fertilizer, and now I'm closing the loop.
Yeah.
I'm helping the environment by capturing atmospheric carbon, turning it into fertilizer to make healthy proteins, and in the end I get rack of lamb. Oh, I was going to say on the chickens though, there's two techniques for pasture chickens. One is called the day range system. That's where you just kick them loose, let them roam, and then at night you would gather them into the coop to protect them from predators. This structure here is called a Hansen hoop house, but what it's really called is a chicken tractor. And although the size and shape vary, what they all have in common is an open floor. So what I do is each morning I come out and I move that 10 feet, and that way they're on fresh pasture and fresh bugs. And if you can imagine now that this structure is moving, I'm going to put that behind them, and then they'll move in unison. Oops, see, they're skittish. These lambs or something, I bought them at auction, and they must have come off a ranch where they've never seen a human, because they just freak out every time a human does something around.
Yeah.
That's Randy there. Alright, as I mentioned, I've been making wine for 20 years. It's only 10 years ago that I got my winery license and went legitimate. In the last 3 years, I've been entering in major competitions and doing quite well. So this is strawberry. It's I'm a new strawberry grower, so it's a new recipe, and it actually was a double gold in its first competition, so it did quite well right out of the gate. Next is blueberry, and this is actually what I make the most of. Yeah, I have blueberries coming out of my ears. Each bottle has over a pound of blueberries in it, so in each glass you get over a whole day's worth of antioxidants. Okay, next is my top award winner of all time. This is Peach, and this was best in show out of 800 entries. When they wrote it up in the magazine and interviewed the judges said that this was the smell and taste of summer. When they interviewed me, they said, "What food does it pair with?" And I said, "It only pairs well with a porch swing on a hot summer's afternoon." And they said, "Okay, we'll run with that." So when
I'm better at drinking now.
yeah, when COVID hit, I can legally own a still, but never bought one. But when COVID hit, they said there was a demand for alcohol, and it was hand sanitizer. So I made blueberry hand sanitizer. I didn't know what COVID was going to mean, so I thought I was going to have a barn full of wine and no customers, right? But there was a market for hand sanitizer, so I started doing that. But I learned some things about brandy making. One is it's not necessarily technically hard compared to wine process, but the hard lessons that I learned were, one, I thought at boutique pricing, a little 200 millimeter flask like this, I could get maybe 12 to 15 bucks for. Takes $26 worth of wine to make one of these. So I'd rather be a winemaker. But that's not the worst part. The worst part is one batch, and I have a 10-liter distiller, makes nets 10 of these, or 2 liters, takes 5.5 hours, and I don't have 5.5 hours to stand in one place. And so I don't make a lot of brandy, but I have some, and I call it scarecrow tears. So I do have one more thing to taste, and it doesn't have alcohol in it, so you're probably gonna like it. This is blueberry balsamic vinegar, and while all store-bought vinegars are 5 to 10% acid, this one is 30%. It's right out of the barrel, undiluted. If I diluted it, I'd make more money. Good stuff.
It is good.
I keep it strong on purpose, and the reason I keep it strong is for little kids. We do wine tasting here all day, every day, and there's kids out there all day that say, "We want to taste the wine, we want to taste the wine," and so they can't, and then I engage them and I say, "Do you like Sour Patch Kids?" And they go, "Oh yeah." And I go, "Do you really like sour?" And they go, "Oh yeah." And I go, "Okay." So I give them some of this, their head explodes, right? So now they have a lifelong memory of the farm. And then their parents wink at me and say, "Well, now they don't want to taste wine anymore." So kind of kill two birds with one stone.
that'd be good on a salad right there.
It is good, yeah. So it's raw, organic, unfiltered. It has the mother in it, so it has digestive aid properties, just like apple cider vinegar. The way I use it is with a spritzer, so I kind of spritzer it and then I layer things on top of it. Blueberries are native to North America, but historically they don't grow in California. And the reason is not that it's too hot here, it's that it's not cold enough. And blueberries need a certain number of chilling hours accumulated over the wintertime to cause them to bloom. So it was 17 years ago that the University of Florida released those that are called the Southern High Bush variety. And these are 15-year-old bushes, so these are about some of the oldest ones you'll see in California. So I was an early adopter.
Well, thank you very much, and thank you for taking us on the tour.
You bet, you bet.
We enjoyed it.
Okay, good
All right,
deal.
bye-bye. We just went on a tour that the owner took us on through his farm and all the stuff that he grows here and how he grows things, and he sells, and it's pretty cool. He makes a little living here for himself. Anyway, tonight we're eating spaghetti and meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
How
Our
is
neighbor
it?
Patsy brought it over to us with garlic bread.
Yeah. Thanks, Patsy.
Thanks, Patsy.
Thanks, Kenny. I'm sure Kenny helped.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. So anyway, that's it. We're going to have our dinner. We're going to watch some TV, go to bed, and hopefully wake up tomorrow morning.
That would be a plus.
See you tomorrow morning.
Bye.
Well, good morning. We woke up. We've had our coffee. I've got a new way of making coffee, but I didn't do it this morning. Probably maybe tomorrow I'll be able to do it. But we purchased an AeroPress. I don't know if you can see it up here. It's really a very simple device, and as I looked into it, I mean, there's lots of videos of people that have used it. There's a world championship on how to make espresso-like drinks and coffee with this. And you just heat up the water and you put it in, you push it down, you got your coffee. But we're staying at a Harvest Host, and so I was able to run the generator, and old trusty Mr. Coffee did a very nice job, and so it was a lot easier. We got something that Judy purchased. And it's a
LL Bean bag.
yeah, why don't you describe it, Judy?
Well, it's got all kinds of areas for everything. Like I've got my pills and some showery stuff over here. We keep our toothbrushes and toothpaste up here. Our initials, so we don't lose it.
So we know
whose bag it is. And then in here, it's got all kinds of stuff, We've got plenty of room for things. And I didn't want to have to grab everything every time we left. So these are things, for the most part, we're keeping in here. And so it'll be in our big coach, but when we're ready to go, just have to grab it, add it, things like my pills and, a few things like that. And we're ready to go. So it's really handy. It's big. This is the family size, and it was like $50. I got a discount because I had the credit card. It's free shipping and also free monogramming if you have a credit card. So I think it was like maybe $43 with everything using the credit card. But I've had LL Bean bags before, and they're really, really well made. So I wanted something good. But as you can see, we have plenty of room. I mean, we have room over here. I still have a few things in some bags, but that's because that's the way they were. So it's very, very nice. And then if you're going into a shower house too, you just take this and you've got everything for both of us in there. So I think it'll work out really well.
Oh yeah, we added these things to hold our coffee on this little track. And this is what we discovered in our last our boondocking adventure. Our neighbors had these those cup holders, and they fit right into the little track. Now we got our coffee right there. Judy has hers. I have mine on the other side, and that's worked out nice. So how was your night, Judy?
I'm sorry, what?
How was your night?
It was very good. I slept really well. How about you?
Good. It's cold right now, isn't it?
It is a little chilly. Looks like it's 43.
Nice and warm inside the van, though.
Smells like a barn.
Yeah. Well, we had a nice night, and we're getting ready to go. This is a great harvest host. Great location, and very peaceful out here. He's got a great working farm. Anyway, here we go. Going on our next leg of our trip. We made it to Yosemite National Park, and again, it was a hair-raising ride all the way up, and now we're going all the way down to the valley. We've got a campsite just outside the park for a couple nights, so that's going to be good. We have a place to have hookups, electric, and we ended up getting propane there too because, oh good, 75%, because that was low. We were just about empty on propane, and it's going to be cold here tonight. Meanwhile, the kitty's been a little sick, so here she is sleeping it off. Are you okay, kitty? Oh, you're not feeling so good, are you? I know. We stopped at this vista point just to see what it looks like. Well, you can hear the waterfall. Wow, it's pretty amazing. Oh wow, look up there.
Oh, that's as close as I get, believe me.
Holy shit.
And there's more to see than that. Up over there where it was just phenomenal. It's pretty beautiful. Very wide open. I mean, there's so much to see in the mountains and everything, and then all these waterfalls.
It's actually sort of loud.
It's very loud, and it's a little unsettling. You feel like you're gonna fall.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, there's more to see.
I don't like it. Let's get out of here. And there's snow here.
A lot of snow. They're still running snow plows. There's so much snow.
What are we at? About 40,000 feet? I think I saw a sign back there that said 6192 for an altitude. Now we've come down a bit. We're going down into the valley, so I don't know what we're at right now. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so now we have stopped, and I bet you that's Half Dome right there.
That's Half Dome there. Bridal Veil Falls is there.
What's the name of the falls?
Bridal Veil.
Bridal Veil? Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it looks like a bridal veil. Can you folks see it?
And there's a falls over here too. Quite as impressive.
Yeah, and then this is El Capitan right over here. If you look up there. And right there is some falls that really fall pretty far, but not as much water. And we don't see anybody climbing anywhere, do we? I could probably climb this one,
Oh yeah,
you know.
no problem.
I'd make my way up that crack right there.
Uh-huh.
Let me just show everybody. Right up there. Right up there. Zip on up. 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 Oh yeah. You know. If I knew how to climb and I wasn't scared of heights, I could climb that.
Yeah, I'd like to see you climb that one.
No, I don't like those when they're inverted like that, you know. El Capitan is famous for its massive bulk of largely unbroken rock and its sheer vertical face soaring 3,000 feet into the air. This monolith is composed of a particularly durable granite, allowing it to withstand the pressure of glaciers and erosion. Look how beautiful that is.
Oh,
Oh yeah, look up there.
is it beautiful?
Yeah.
It's a long waterfall. There is one of the longest waterfalls in the United States in the park. I'm not sure which one they said it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We made it all the way through the loop to the Yosemite Lodge. Beautiful lodge. And now we're heading back. We're trying to head back while it's still daylight to our campsite. And as you can see, snow, lots of snow here, icy roads. Ooh, I gotta slow down here. Not too bad. Temperature's 37. So it's just above freezing, so it's not too bad yet. Supposed to get down to supposed to get down to 25, I guess, tonight. Fortunately, we have electric hookups, so we can, and we filled up our propane tank. I think I told you that too, at this campsite. So we're in good shape. The Nordic ski area. Judy, do you want to do that?
I don't think so, but
Oh.
thank you for asking.
Oh, yeah, we didn't bring any skis with.
No.
So. It's really a snow play area.
Whee!
It's really a good time to come here because there's not a whole lot of traffic, and it's not packed up with people, and it's not too cold. Now, actually today, while we were out there, it's about 50 degrees or so, and I mean, that's bearable. I went out with just this long sleeve shirt on, although, you know, a jacket would have been a little bit better to have that on. 6,192 feet
Wow.
of altitude. I think this is the high point on the way back.
So we're in a yurt here. Never been in one before. Have a little dining and kitchen area. Cute, nice. They have a sofa here that is a futon. Double bed with a single. TV, a little storage, a little wood stove it looks like. Well, We're not sure if it's a wood stove or a gas stove.
Probably propane, because I see a
Propane?
little igniter
Oh, okay.
down there.
And then in here, a full bathroom.
Yeah.
It's really very nice.
Towels. Yeah, it's very well done.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Ceiling fan up there.
Yeah, and you got light up there from
Yeah.
that. Pretty cool. And it's warm in here.
I wonder if that little thing up there, is that a little, wonder what those are.
I don't know.
Yeah, cute. Then you come out here, it's got a nice deck,
Yeah.
and a grill. And pretty out here.
Yeah, look at all these yurts. And look, some of them have DirecTV satellite dishes. Very cool. Let's see, Pacific Yurts. And it's probably about what? I don't know what the temperature is, but look what we found walking along with us. He's cold.
Yeah, he's moving a little slow, isn't he?
Yeah. You better get someplace and dig in for the night.
This is how the cat tries to help me make the bed. And believe me, it's no help at all. Right, BB? See, she stayed out of the way while I made Gordon's bed. It's nice and neat. Mine, not so much.
Okay, so we spent the night, last night at Yosemite
Lakes.
RV Resort and Campground, 1,000 Trails. It's okay. What we're doing this morning, we just had a nice muffin and a nice breakfast casserole. And one of the most important parts is taking care of our cat and giving her a roll down. So we have a sticky roller. Yeah. She likes this. Take the sticky roller, we get all that old hair off. Yeah, oh yeah. She loves it, don't you, kitty? Good girl. Okay, I think we'll call that a wrap. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click that little bell and hit that thumbs up. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching.